Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
Sweating windows poison the life of more than one generation of motorists. It is necessary to drive, and there is no visibility from inside. You have to wait patiently for epiphany. It seems to be a trifle, but it is unpleasant. The problem is especially annoying in the period of cold weather. The lower the temperature, the more. Why do the windows in the car mist up, and how to fight it? Why do the windows in the car fog up? The cause of fogging is water, which is contained in the surrounding air in a gaseous state. But as the air temperature drops, the vapor begins to condense on cold surfaces. The more saturated with moisture in the air, the faster the process occurs. Also, windows sweat profusely in the warm season, when it rains and the air temperature drops significantly. Hence the conclusion, the higher the humidity in the car interior, the more likely the windows will fog up. Causes of excess moisture. The most trivial one is that the recirculation mode in the cabin ventilation system is switched on. Because of this, fresh air does not enter the interior, moisture accumulates and as a result condenses on the car windows. The same applies to the ventilation system. The cabin filter is clogged, because of which ventilation is limited and the windows sweat. And again about ventilation, valves, which are located, as a rule, in the rear part of the car, are clogged or so blocked by luggage. That air has nowhere to go from the cabin, and again windows sweat. Water accumulates in the cabin, saturating the air with its vapors. This is especially true in winter, when snow from shoes gets on the floor carpeting or accumulates on rubber mats. The heating system is defective and antifreeze gets inside through loose connections or from a blown heater radiator. People who have consumed a lot of alcohol are sitting in the passenger compartment of the car. Due to the fact that alcohol mixes perfectly with water, the humidity of exhaled air is very high. Now it is very clear why the windows in the car sweat and sweat very quickly. It is good if the windshield is equipped with a heater, one less problem. But what should those whose cars do not have this option do? Turn off the recirculation mode, to give fresh air access to the inside of the car. You can open the side windows in the front doors, so the ventilation in the cabin will improve. Free access to the ventilation valves. This method is not available if the trunk is full of stuff. Turn on the air conditioner. In addition to cooling, it removes excess moisture from the air. Turn on the heater on heating and direct the flow of warm air to the windows. The windows will heat up and the condensation on them will disappear. Try to get rid of any excess water that may have been in the car interior. While the air in the car is warming up, it is better to be outside, weather conditions permitting. When there are people in the car who have consumed alcohol, it is better to drive in silence. The less exhaled air, the less the windows sweat. If there are passengers in wet clothes in the car, the increased humidity will persist until their clothes dry out. The higher the temperature in the interior of the car, the faster drying will occur. These were ways to deal with fogging windows when you need to quickly get rid of the moisture that has fallen on them. But what to do if the problem is a constant nuisance? How to defeat chronic window misting if the windows are chronically sweating? The solution requires more thorough measures than simple ventilation and heating. The causes of constant condensation can be malfunctions in the ventilation, heating, and air conditioning systems of the car interior. Loss of tightness of window and door seals can also lead to increased humidity in the car. In especially neglected cases, you may have to resort to the help of car service specialists. What you can do to get rid of permanent fogging of windows: wet cabin filter, one of the causes of condensation on the windows. Check the condition of the cabin filter. If necessary, replace it. It is desirable to observe the interval of change, approximately once in 15,000 kilometers. Ideally, the cabin filter should be changed at least once a year. Use special moisture-absorbing mats. Check the condition of the heating system in the passenger compartment. Hoses and radiator should not leak. Loose fasteners should be tightened, blasted parts should be replaced. If it is difficult to cope with such work on your own, you should visit a car service. Thoroughly dry the interior of the car. If water from the outside is found to be entering the interior, find the point of entry and repair the leak. You can use the achievements of the modern chemical industry. There is a large selection of compositions on sale, whose manufacturers promise that after their application, the windows will no longer sweat. However, it should be remembered that these preparations are effective only when applied to a clean surface. If you apply them to dirty windows in the car interior, their usefulness will tend to zero. If the reason that sweating windows in the car is a short-term increase in humidity, rain or low temperature on the street, and the cabin is normally ventilated and heated, it will be enough simple fire measures. If the windows in the car sweat constantly, and the condensate disappears for a very long time, then it will be necessary to dry the cabin, to make revision of ventilation and heating systems, to check tightness of seals. Recirculation mode designation water in the cabin, fogging of windows in the car, wet cabin filter. In conclusion, dealing with foggy windows in your car can be a hassle, but with the right techniques, you can ensure clear visibility and a safer driving experience. Remember to use your vehicle's defrost settings, maintain a comfortable cabin temperature, and keep your windows clean. Additionally, consider using anti-fog products or even simple solutions like vinegar to prevent fogging. By following these tips, you can drive with confidence no matter the weather conditions. Stay safe on the road.